up to double digits? Can we try and keep it close and competitive? It's going to have to start right here, right now. And even in with this pistol round, you start looking at yourself of, okay, where's that kit going to be playing from Dobu? Because you'd have to imagine they're going to have to be playing at retake heavy.
It's got to be at this stage. Sprout on the T side, start Renewal will get to their CT half, and if there's one half to make things work, it would be out here. Four-man stack out towards mid. Slacks spotted him, and News will find that opening kill. The T side will just bum rush their way into the A side as they find that first frag and know that it's completely opened up. Smokes on towards Donut will keep Cabal suppressed. He does spot one player, but will get forced back out of position. As the bomb should get planted, it will be a retake on for Renewal.
Very aggressive from the T's, trying to get up close and personal to the end of that temple position. They don't know about Kai. This is a bait and switch.
Falling back, News will get his pick back in. Cabal will be able to follow suit. Kai holds on the two individuals, spots them, takes one down. Can't hold on that second. Eventually gets the headshot in a 2 versus 2 with Farvan chiming in. It's Dobu on the bomb. Knives out, will go swinging. Farvan catches nothing other than it must be off that bomb. Gets the shot in on 9 as a result. Dobu taps it again. Another knife attempt. Farvan really wants this. Continuing to play no respect. Tapped for a 3rd time from Dobu, but he still can't get his kill. Farvan with a triple, and the pistol goes the way of Sprouts.
How frustrating must that be for Renewal? That's a 5-on-2 advantage. Yeah, they don't know about that bait and switch that Spinny's trying to set up, and right there, they just start getting nailed through. Farfan stepping up to back up Kai. In from Temple, he's finding success. No matter how many times they tap that bomb, they're just not quite drawing the advantages. They're not getting the players out into the open, and for Sprout, that is one hell of a recovery.
That it is. Just the sheer speed and quickness from these guys. Renewal, again, can't keep up with it. They got that first kill, but the retake onto the site going so far right. They have the upgrades and the force buy-in for the second round. Sprout have their Galils and AKs, which you would expect. Kai will be the man that leans up first and foremost. Smoke off towards the right-hand side. Line or blind fire, but connect nothing for it. He gets smoked off to the left this time, so they have pretty much full control of the site. The only concern is the 2 players in cave.
Now, even for Renewal, you probably don't want to play this quite retake heavy. Try and see if they get some spams forward and actually deny that bomb from going down and catch off Speedy.
Caught off on the low towards Elbow. That's one frag that can turn to an advantage. A 2-for-1 responded there by Kai onto that one individual. News will get dealt with on the second kill, so 3 versus 3. Farvan finds Dobu to make it 2, and 9 can't hold on for much longer, so now it's all left to Cabal. Coming in from Cave with the Galil in hand. We'll check out the left and the right-hand sides. Spotted out Slacks there towards the ramp position, but can't take a shot, can't connect to kill. Farvan and Kai with his crossfire. He's going to wait for him to go for his peak. Whenever he's ready to give up this round, he's going to have to do so at this stage. He's got no time to go for the defuse. And find all 3 players as well. He's looking for exits. He will catch one of them. No more than that.
Yeah, Kai doing well in that round, getting into those back lines, making it uncomfortable for some of the rotators. And we definitely have seen over the course of the last few years that the polls don't mind going up onto their Sprout side. Remember a time when Deer and Snatchy were there. Now we've got another poll in from Kai. He's a guy that's never played on an international lineup before, made a name for himself on Aves for quite a long period of time. We saw them in a couple of lands early on before COVID hit. We also saw him transition over to that Anonymous side, and now he's here on Sprout.
And continue that momentum that he's gained in so many teams before. Artov set in as 9. It's out towards the cheater position. We'll lean in first. Cabal. Again, putting that mag 7 a great effect. He gets 2 frags for it. Looks for Kai as well. Not quite the triple land. The nades have definitely done their damage though. The Mac 10 for Rules has got the strike. He gets 1. Struggles with that second. Got a burst fire clock. Pulled out against Rate next up. The mag 7 continues firing away. But now Kai and Slats can bring those AKs to the fold and just hold the round there for Sprout. A lot of money gained there on that platform position though.
And this is where we start looking at it from just the numbers perspective alone and say Renewal had a 5v2 in the pistol and a 5v3 on an eco round, and they're not finding the conversions. Whether they've got the weaponry behind them or not, these are some of these rounds that they need to be converting, and I'm sure back home they are. Here in Europe, though, it's a bit more of a struggle, and Sprout, they've been on the back foot, even though they've won the first 3 rounds of this map.
Guns brought in by the Renewal side here to get the first rifles out. I think they've done damage towards the Sprout side. Again, could be on for the reset. We saw this happen so early in Inferno. They couldn't quite capitalize on their reset potential, though. So Sprout is allowed to take control of this 4th round. The repeat of what we saw from map 1. Flashes in initially, allow Farvan to peek in, not seeing anything towards that long position. The teams just hold their own out towards lane.
And with that donut and candle smoke too, it means that an info play needs to come forward. Kai getting away with a fair bit of damage onto the CTs. They know the raid's here into the cave position. They don't know about News.
Smokes back towards that short position. Slacks has caught News. Now Farthen challenging Rate directly on the site. He's got back behind him, but needs to get that support in soon if they're going to continue with the commitment. The Tears will back off though. When I think about rotating back towards that A site, Rolls leans into window, gets caught off by Cabal, 3v3.
That's probably going to start bringing some players back over to this A site. 40 seconds left on the clock. You've got that donor angle being held by Cabal. If he could just get one more pick, even the AWP for 9 starting to rotate forward.
Spots him, gets a leg shot only, continues firing or continues looking the position. It's Cabal that might be next to the challenge. The nade to try and block off that cross, and Spinny will give up his life towards the man. The AWP chimes in for a definitive kill, looks in for his second, and connects it to Slacks and all. So the first round, the rifle round, goes the way of Renewal.
And what I've seen from 9 locally is actually a very hot prospect from this Renewal side. Even on the first map of Inferno, we didn't see him AWPing a massive amount. On T side, he didn't want it. On CT side, they never had enough money because the game was almost over so quickly. So now on Ancient, this is actually going to be the opportunity to see what is 9 made of against Sprout.
Big green's out for him. Incendiary set for News to start things out. To that mid-controlled basis, it's Speed that takes the early damage into that main entrance. He finds 9 and removes that AWP from play immediately. So you wanted to see how well it'd do against Sprout, and the answer to that question is not very well at all. Kai going to follow suit on Ray, open up that B site now. The bomb goes down. I mean, this might just be a safe call.
Oh, this round's done already. You can see the way the AWP gets a leg shot down onto Speedy, not enough for a kill. And as soon as Kai gets an entry onto B, just save. Hold on to your weapons, bring it into the next round. What a perfect response in from Sprout to find their 4th.
Very nicely done, and Renewal just not ready for it again. Decent effort for 9 to get that opening frag, but the fact that it went the way of Speedy probably was the start of the end of that round. There's no real defensive held towards that B site as well. A lot of mistakes being made, and again, Sprout playing with no respect against Renewal, just removing those players from play so easily and efficiently. Now those guns need to stay in. The economy's not great for the CT side in spite of the last round win.
Renewal trying to see if they can at least get Rate a weapon into that next round. By himself up. You have to imagine that Dobu, News, Cabal, any of them could really drop an M4A1S over to 9 or drop that AWP over and Cabal can by himself. Renewal. It's probably just about trying to keep it as tightly competitive in the first early stages of this map. Even though they're down 1-4, it's felt like these rounds have been quite close. There has been some different makers. Again, though, it's that late portion. Something they struggled with on Inferno. It's popping up again here on Ancient.
AWP 7-4's in versus the AK's out for Sprout. Another good rifle round that can get brought in thanks to Renewal's save call. Walks out towards the mid-control for Rolls, though. Nades in. Damage done to 2 players. Rolls might spot Cabal. His gun barrel gets in the way as he couldn't see the man popping out. The first frag is found by Sprout.
Just a walk into A by the looks of it. News could get caught off guard. Kai would just walk in, and that's pretty much the round over again.
Yeah.
Renewal trying to see if they can play around the smokes. You can see just Kai and Rouse just walking up mid, even with the bomb following. It's just so dry and so deadly. They had no information with sound cues either because everyone was walking.
That's the key thing, right? It was all dry. It was all concealed. Renewal had no idea what was going to hit him until it actually did. And like, you just asked the question, where do you go from here? How do you find a way out of this for Renewal? We knew this map is obviously the Sprout picks. You can expect them to win it, but being down by 1 in the series and up for elimination here, Renewal need to find a counterplay, else they'll be done. 5-1 as well. You could have seen a start of things to come back from that first round that they gained of the rifles. Looked pretty confident from 9 and Co. Now some of those high rollers from the previous map still yet to get started here. So we enter our 6th round. Dober in particular has just found his first kill of the game. Rates has been turned away from by Tarvin's part. They keep 2 players in play for Renewal. I don't think it's enough to go for a definitive buy. Maybe they could drop weapons, actually. I might be wrong on that front.
And you could definitely see within the last few months or so just how hard the pandemic has hit some of the teams that are outside of Europe. But when you think about the Mongolian scene back in the day, we used to have the Mongols at a lot of the LAN events. And okay, they definitely weren't a hard-hitting team. They definitely weren't winning trophies in Europe, but they were always there and they were always putting up a decent fight. Machine Gun, Tuso, those kind of guys back. Now we've got the D13s of the world, Renewal, the next generation of players coming forward, but the next generation that hasn't had a chance to prove themselves in Europe.
And that's the key thing with all the Asian teams, proving yourself in Europe, especially after the 2-year gap that we had thanks to the pandemic.
Yeah.
Everything is reset, even teams like Vici and Tyloo, you don't know where they stand in the context of the grand scale of Counter-Strike. Pro League might start to establish that. Renewal will establish themselves in round 7 though. Opening frag has been found this time. 9 peeked out towards mid, caught Rouse out in the open. Start is here and Sprout will want to go towards that B site.
They just go for the BXE. They don't have a lot of nades to work with. They've got a couple of smokes that they can get down for the cross. 3 on B with the AWP rotating over. This is a decent position for 9 to multi-frag.
Smokes up, flashes at the ready. Go down towards the short lane. Smokes come back as Smoke on long as well will come forward as 1CT extremely close to that ramp position. That's right, that might be a bit of a problem for them. Slacks peeks into him, checks out Wood, just to his head, immediately gets the kill back. And trying to find Dobu as well, held behind some harder cover. Kai in the thick of the smoke, and Dobu has no idea he's going to spray on Slacks. Now knows the reload gets caught off, and Kai can get the kill.
Oh, now things are starting to fall apart. Flash over the top. 9 still finds the connection. This is still on for the retake.
Okay, Kai getting a bit overzealous there, gives up a 3v3 and a chance now available for the CT side. They need another kill though, and Cabal will end up finding it. Now they charge straight forward. Speedy watching out from round. The bomb's not flying from those. We're standing out pretty far here. He catches Cabal regardless of 2 versus 2. Now 9 takes his shot, pop shot, and News peeks in towards Cave to get dealt with by Farthen. The Orb can't hold on as Farthen makes it a 2K, and it's 6 rounds for Sprouts.
Again, Sprout with just the walkouts are just finding so much success. The way that the entry man starts moving forward, Slacks just working in and around that smoke. And then even Kai, he's got so much confidence behind him. Play on that edge of the smoke, draw the distraction over, allow some of his teammates just to spam through that smoke. And then as soon as it starts to dissipate, instant dome. Yeah, okay, maybe you could say he does get caught off being aggressive and flashing too deep, going too far over to extend into the AWP. Sprout are continuing to play with a high level of confidence.
They haven't missed a beat since that last map. Tactical pause taken by Renewal. Right time to do it here for me. I mean, it's still a 5-round deficit, and I don't know, again, what Renewal can do to this. Buy might not come in for them either. They're going half-season to this one. They're buying pistols. Upgrades of the Kevlar capacity. A little bit of util to come in for upgrades as well for their hand cannons themselves. 2 Deagles, 2 CZs. 1 USP for 9. I imagine they go for the AWP in the next round. Molotovs and nades in. It's early suppression in against the likes of Cabal. Tagged up to 6-7. Players in Cheater and Cave get a fall back towards the B site.
Now, Sprout had a 14-1 half on T side against Extra Salt yesterday, so definitely looking to grind these rounds forward. Farthen does get caught off guard from that ramp position, and they're able to pick up the weapon and fall back with the man advantage.
Molotov's in, smokes down, Rolls will fire through it. Try and catch Rake. Kai smoke up as well with a flashbang coming over. 2 of them, in fact, to clear out all of Cheetah. But nobody's there. It'd just be that 5v4 for now.
Yeah, first time in a while we've seen Sprout in the disadvantage, looking to try and see if they can claw this round back in, slow walk again into that donut position. There is one individual making an info play too for Cabal out in A main.
And pushing the issue to try and catch them off, try and bracket them in towards this lane position. Dobu spots them alongside 9. Kai can't quite get the frag. Slacks can though. 4 versus 4. Dobu held towards Wood. The AK of Rate still watching the cave entrance. Takes his fighting towards Spinny. Takes a bit of damage for it as the teams make their way out into the site. Spinny will find Rate and Dobu's going to wait here. Wait to deny the bomb plant at the right moment. Burst fire. Almost whiffs it, but Kai gets the trade regardless. So 3 versus 2. The plant can be secured definitively this time.
Tries to waste time, make sure that bomb gets denied, but can't quite multi-frag. And now for Cabal and News, they're just hoping for damage.
Shots out against Kai. News will serve up Kai's headline. 2 versus 2. In towards this retake. Cabal coming in with the backstab. Rolls has no idea. The trade will come back to a 1v1 still. Slacks, AWP peeking out. Could go for the wall bangs if necessary, but Cabal's going to get the AK and try and engage him directly. Tapping on the bomb once. Slacks tries to peek out. But go for the individual. Kane misses the no-scope. And Gabal can hold the defuse. It might be a bit close for comfort, though. I don't know if he's got this.
I think he's got it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a close one. Oh,
He's got it. It's fine. It's good. It's 2 kills for him, 2 rounds to the board of Renewal.
Oh, that was a great shot that came through from News in those backlines to the overextending man. We saw the way that Kai has been caught in that position a couple of times, and then the clutch coming through, Cabal being able to bait that AWP shot, swing out wide with the AK, get back onto the bomb, and for Renewal, that's an absolute steal, knowing that that was just an eco round from ya.
Not bad at all. Bomb plant bonuses enable Sprout to go for the rebuy, however, against the guns and Renewal have brought into this round. The AWP was saved. The M4s get brought back. No AK potential for the CT side. So pick ahead of the game and catch off rate immediately. Perfect shot to start.
I thought he was going to have some safety, peeking behind the flames, and even Farfan just walking up from ramp. As soon as Renewal wins such an important clutch, look what happened to the right for RJ. They're in a 3v5 deficit. At least 9 can find an answer back.
Just how confident it looks from Sprout in spite of this 4v3. Bomb plant will be secured. A bit passiveness there from the CT side. Might concede a bit of potential. Flashbang forward. Farfan does get caught, but he just gets the shot in. And just, again, the confidence to maintain his position, to be able to get the trades together. It just shows that Sprout made a stern of stuff. News will be able to trade one player at least. Kai now knows exactly where he is, and he's peeking in. Took a slight tag towards that K position, but Renewal, they're saving. They're out of there. It's going to be 7 for Sprout. And I understand that obviously the economy is wrecked and you've only got 2 rifles and up against 3 on the B retake. But Renewal need rounds above all else once again.
I think you got to pick your moments for Renewal because there hasn't been a lot of chances so far. So in a round like this, you're almost waiting for that one round where you've got the man advantage. When things look promising, then when you decide to really go for it, right here, it's a safe call. I like it. Hold on to your weapons. Bring him into the next. You can buy a round. 9 can buy himself. Cabal can drop a weapon. News can drop a weapon. Everyone's going to have a very solid rifle round behind them into round 10. And for Sprout, this T side, it's looking very solid. And individually, they're on point. They're incredibly sharp today in the server.
Yeah, 100%. Has felt quite easy for them, honestly. 7-2. And guns will return from Renewal. They have the M4s and the AWP once again. Spinny walking out with Farfan towards mid. Perfect flash. Kill found. Reading so well in these rounds. Look at Ray going to press forward ahead of the smoke. The flashbang evaded. Kai can get his kill back to a 5 versus 3. Knows there's a second player out there as well, perhaps. Dober will keep himself silent to ensure that they don't get full information towards his position. Will still engage against the likes of 9. Will find Farfan. At least that's one decent trade, but still an advantage for Sprout.
You even look at the communication and you think to yourself, what's happening there? Okay, they lose that first pick. They smoke forward and flash out to lane, but then the guy goes behind the smoke and is not looking towards bridge. It's moments like that where Renewal, you can just see the mistakes and the errors that are being forced out themselves rather than what Sprout are bringing. And even this lurk, Spinny should be able to catch off the last player, has the information. All the other T-side players go hunting, drop 9.
Get rid of that weapon. AWP going to watch him in elbow. If he extends this position, he's a goner. If he waits around here ahead of the position, then he's a goner anyway. Flashbang's coming in towards main. Will try and indicate that they're giving chase, and he thinks that he might already rotate towards the B doors, but 9's to then spawn. 2 players to fight him. Back is turned. Awkward taps from Kai, but it comes in the end. Triple up for him in this round. And all rifles removed from play for the CT side. 8-2 to the board. Tactical taken by Renewal once again. They have money, so they can go for a buy. But again, the concern is the round. When are they going to get a third?
And just the lack of numbers being posted as well. Couple of kills in for Dobu and for Raid. 4 in for News. 8 for 9. Cabal on 10. It's nothing to be happy about for sure. Take that moment. Speak to the coach. Try and see if they can find something they're looking at. The difficult notion here, Jay, is there's only so much you can see from the player POVs in-game. It's after the game where you can look at the review. You can have a look at the mistakes. You have the top-down stuff. When you're actually here in the moment, it can be very difficult as an underdog team that's getting slammed to realize what we need to do differently because we don't know. We just seem to keep getting caught off guard by them.
Renewal Force their way forward in towards that mid-control. It's News that opening frag on Farven kicks things off on the right foot, but the T's will make their way quickly into the A main position. Go for the hit. We've got Cabal backing up. Smoke at the ready here to try and put things into flames. We'll just go for the directive face. Get his secondary frag at a 5 versus 3 now. Renewal finally finding a bit of confidence, but News call looking the wrong way. Cabal comes up as well as Rolls trades him. And back to evens will go. Flashbangs also press up a backstab in from the likes of 9. That could be interesting here. The bomb can go down. Will anyone check the back? Or check out Temple at least. As Ray gets caught towards CT, Dobu gets his trade back and Rules will drop next. It's Kai now versus 2. Flashed out. Going to try and escape through the smoke and get back towards the lane position. Wrap all the way towards Temple perhaps. But further flashbangs coming in for him. We'll try and suppress the CT even further. Dobu's getting caught blinded by those. The face, a K spray does not come up good for him. Dobu will maintain that third round at long last for Renewal.
There was just a lot of chaos right there from Renewal. We saw the way there was a lot of fighting going on, and it meant that the backstab could get set up perfectly. The way that the wraparound plays are able to come through, even on that initial site defensive, just slowing it down, making it difficult for Kai to win out that clutch. And for Renewal, just being able to get those trades back and forth and find so much impact in the early round really set themselves up to win that through and find themselves a third on the City side.
Finally, a decent round going the way of Renewal, but we go back to how that second round went down when they got that, how quickly and how easily Sprout were able to respond to it. Orp will get boosted. Kai could even counteract it here. Depends on how they take face. Gives up the frag, so that's a frag now found by the CT forces, so far better in terms of the follow-up.
Yeah, nicely done by the AWP, having that intent of searching for an opening fight, rotating back over to B, keep his eyes on from that lane position in case there's another jiggle out from Farfen.
Nice set on ramp. Farven's hearing footsteps of players rotating. Is that going to be a red herring though? As Dobu just baited him to peek. Rolls will work his way in to Cheetah, but the bomb on his back and him is lonesome. Needs to get support from his teammates. Orp continuing to look forward as Farven could catch them overextending here. Slacks looks in towards mid and 9 inches away from giving up the info to Farven. Who's going to blink first? It might just be 9. Gun barrel seen. Perfect headshot. Looks for that second player, but he just falls back.
Yeah, Farfen just toying with the time there. He heard that barrel being scoped in 20-25 seconds ago, so he knows an aggressive play is coming. Slacks is up close and personal towards Candles with the AWP. You don't see this very often. Farfen doesn't quite find that double entry, and Slacks trying to hit the no-scope. He does have a teammate to try and get him out of safety. That's Rouse to back him up.
Yeah, leg shot landed. He was so close to connecting Dobu, but needed that support just to get the job done. 3v3. They have top of Candles. They have back lanes potentially secure over on that B or A site, but News comes up with a spray to drop the bomb, and that should be the round itself going the way of Renewal. Finding some decency coming forward from them. 10 seconds for speed to try to stay alive here. The CTs are closing in upon him. He'll grab that AWP. Trying to catch him off at Candles. I think he'll just be able to escape with his life, so there will be something extra held into the next round for Sprout. But it is a second in a row for Renewal. A 4th round on the board of the CT side. And the buy is questionable for Sprout. They will be able to get it out. You can see Kai forcing in, but rolls on $2,000 might have some troubles.
Yeah, that was a very good round for Renewal. I love the way that even though Farfen is able to catch off the AWP of 9, the response comes in, doesn't allow that lurk to find too much more impact. And then even around that Donut and Candles position, News just lines them up. Things get very frantic for Sprout. And now you start wondering, are we going to see the pace back?
Like that we might do. Kai straight in. AWP for 9. Not flashed off angle. Kill found immediately. AK is recovered at the very least by the T side lines. They can try to put that to decent effect. Dobu boosted. Spray through. Spinny going to press forward. U2 in hand. He barely connects it. Dobu just getting tagged up there. Not taken out of the round. 9 comes up with the AWP meanwhile. And Slacks finally chimes in. Gets his own AWP pick. Looks for that second man. With Farman getting the AK together. Dobu with the trade back. Farman now knows exactly where he is. They go to a 1 versus 1. The T side still trying to get this whole thing together. But Dobu says no. 5 HP to spare, 3 kills to his name, a 5th round to the board of Renewal.
Oh my goodness, I thought they were going to choke it again there, Jay. That's another 5-on-2 round for Renewal that just looks done. And then all of a sudden, Slacks gets getting going, Farfen starts getting into the mix, but it's Dobu to get the job done, get that clutch in. And now Sprout taking the tactical, saying, guys, we've had a very good lead. We've struck well in the first half. Things are getting uncomfortable now. Let's take the breather.
Tactical timeout. Sprout. I think they're first in this series, if memory serves me correctly. I don't remember them taking any over on Inferno. Because finally some momentum has been found by the Renewal side. A bomb plant was also secured by the T's. So we should see the AK buy coming in. Again, Rules is going to have problems. We're going to Mac 10 out, which is slightly better than the Eagle we had in the previous round. And the Galil as well for Kai. So not the perfect buy, but it is a buy.
It's okay. There's some slight limitations for sure. Sprout are going to think to themselves, we did so well with the early entries on that B site. Things went very well for us, and then all of a sudden things get out of hand. The recovery comes in for Renewal with the clutch. What can Sprout do with this Mac 10? Raoul's playing it out from mid in the early round. He's going to get smoked off, so they're going to have to slow it down or at least push through it.
Slack's just jump facing. Kai leans in with the Galil out. Jump face from News. Still can't catch them. Kai continue to hold his angle. It's very passive from Sprout, hoping that Renewal will give up some sort of aggression here. They'll smoke off candles at last. Flashbang in from Cabal. Didn't spot the player coming out. The aggressive place in mid, so they'll just smoke off that position and continue their mid campaign.
Yeah, even that dink down doesn't do any damage at all. It gives information away. Cabal just hoping that they walk through this donut smoke. He's got to at least find one. He should spot that bomb info too.
Flashbang keeps him turned away for now, and they take face. Kai wins out that fight. The 5 HP who'll go. 9 can find a pretty easy trade for it with the AWP and gets back to 10, but as Rolls will chime in on News next up. 9 will get tagged up through that smoke itself. As Rolls extends, Dober gets caught off by Father. Next 2 left standing. Slight gap in that smoke. Spitty will end up dropping, so again, trades are decent for Renewal, but a 3v2 that favors Sprout. And 9 is still looking in for a bit more. His adjustments get slacked so quick, but it's not quite good enough. Rate is, though. 1v1 again brought back, but no idea where Farvan is at. The bomb in his sights, but Farvan has angle, takes his spray, almost whiffs it completely, but does hold the round for Sprouts.
That was well placed with the utility in from Sprout. The way they take that donut contact, they make sure that Cabal doesn't even find one kill. 9 with the AWP is just trying to play around Temple, and then he gets smoked off. There's nothing he can find. He's got to be back passive. Rate trying to get that 1v3 forward, but just not that last kill to pull that round in favor. Farfan and Kai are putting on some good performances here on T-side individually.
Yeah, they've been the 2 guys that have been the impact elements, I guess you could say, for Sprout. Same way that 9 is the impact element right now for Renewal. Sprout coming up better for it, having their 2 main stars. Ryan boosted up to try and get some more impact here in this force spike for round number 15. The Eagles mag 7 SMGs, rolls to the Mac 10 alongside Kai to find Dobu. Struggles against Ray. News can actually get the tray back on Spitty, so not quite as easy as they like it to be. Slacks down, peeks in the elbow, catches 2 more frags at the AWP, and it's a 4v2 for Sprout.
Lovely quick scopes in for the AWP, and that's the safety they needed there, because Rouse was having some trouble in from this cave position. He might still be able to find 1 kill. Both players are out towards B from the city side.
Mag 7 is close. Buckshot still connects, so they find that 1 frag. It's only an SMG. Again, they haven't got the rifles to play with here, Renewal. And the rotations will get called in. Farman's going to join Slacks. They will leave Kai back out towards the winner position. Again, he's low HP, so again, he can end up falling. Oh, turned away from Cabal at the wrong moment. Has he timed as well, though? He'll get checked. It's 2v2. Bombs should go down. It'll be a little bit late to the party. It gives some rotation time for Renewal.
They don't really have any good weapons to work with, and actually, this is going to be a big rat play in for the AWP. Get that bomb plant open. There is a backstab in from Cabal in main.
Coming in with Rate as well towards Donut. He's revealed his position so early here. Farvan's accounted for the backstab, though, seeing Cabal. He's seeing him all the same, ready for the face, but the headshot's just better for the AK, and he taps Rate's head clean off his shoulders to secure the half at 10-5 up for Sprout.
Well, Jay, it seems as if Renewal are not going down without a fight at all. They're putting on a better performance here on Ancient than I feel like they did the entire Inferno.
I have to agree with you there. There were the odd rounds over in Inferno. At least Renewal got a bit of a streak together, and they made it 10-5 at the turn of the half. Better half by comparison to their first half of the last map. Still heavy favourites over on the Sprout side, though, and you can imagine they can still close this out, being only 6 rounds away from the win. And now off to their CT side, where things can spiral well out of control for underdog squads. USP set in, double flash and a smoke for rules. It's Kai that kicks things off against Cabal. Slacks peeks in as Kai gets a double up, drops that bomb of 5 versus 2. Decimation on the part of Sprout. Dobu all that remains, and he won't go further than the elbow position. It's all 5 alive with 11 to the board for Sprout.
You ain't doing much against that. That is absolute class coming through from Sprout. And what a distraction play. It starts off by Kai. He's playing bait and switch. He's playing alone in from Donut. As soon as he takes that first contact, whether he gets kills or not, it's the protocol. We're going to push through that candle smoke. Kai's able to get a couple of kills. Slacks then starts getting involved. Even more defenders start moving in. And for Renewal, there's just fights all over the place, and they're not connecting. Cracking shots out by the USPs.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Forcing a full eke out from Renewal as well, so early into this half. They want to get the rifles out as quick as possible, because they're going to need them here. Sprout. Punish mistakes left, right, and center against this Renewal side, and of course they'll do that here in this round as well. Kai catching rate. Cabal facing in, sees where Farvan's at. The Glock will not be good enough to deal with his player, though. The M4 will force forward. Also, Kai's M4 finding Dober with the kill, dropping that bomb.
And Kai just aggressing forward. I guess in a round like this, you'd want to hope that you can set up that MP9 of Rouse, and that might be what they're doing here towards this doors angle.
Taps and bursts and SMG kills coming in with the M4s. Rolls. It's a kill in the middle of the air. 2 frags to his name, 3 for Kai. 12 for Sprout, and the rebuy on for Renewal. This will be one of 2 gun rounds they can bring out before Sprout get to map and match point. So we need to find something soon.
And fun fact about the in-game leader of Rouse from Sprout, Jay, is that this is his first team that he's been a part of that he's playing full-time. Even though he's played in the early majors in CSGO, he's been playing ever since the game has been out. He'd always been working part-time, or he had university. Here on Sprout, he's on full-on.
Good stuff. Put that full-time position to good use and get them further in the lower bracket. Got to beat out Renewal to get there. Right now, Spitty and Slacks are making light work of that for their own right. News. 1 trade found. Slacks can double up. News are 9, last 2 players remaining. Bomb being dropped. Slacks even gets a triple with a third face. News will get behind. No. Tap the head. Okay. Bit ballsy there for News and definitely a bit overzealous. He does find Slacks as well to get his third pick in the round. Needs to ace clutch this whole thing though. And Rolls knows where he is. All Farman's got to do is sit pretty.
You can just see just how confident Sprout are and how different they're playing today than how they normally would. Slacks is just continuing to overextend. They've got a 4v1. Instead of playing the numbers game, they're searching for picks. Farfan, he's got to be the one to just settle down, deal with this last player, get the pick out from the B side, don't even allow the bomb plan to come in. For News, he's going to have to pre-aim this angle straight away. Look out towards that right-hand side. Does the peak come in? No, it doesn't at all. 13th coming through from Sprout. And that was expected. He was low HP, 1v4 situation, had a couple of chances, but no more than that.
And saw how he tried to duck down as well around that corner. That might have been enough right there. He hit the shot, but...
Yeah, you wanted it, Jay, didn't you? You wanted that 1v4.
I kind of did.
Just give him a bit of hope. Give him a bit of life.
Just make it semi-competitive, you know? Just go forward in that first map. Get a bit more on the T side. But no, that's not going to happen right here. Instead, we have a hero AK buy from Renewal, so they're not even going to scrap the potential of the full rifles in the next round. Still could work out for them if they get a bomb plant, though, and if they win the round outright, that'll just be 2 thumbs up. Renewal desperate to cling on to any sign of life here because they're running out of time.
Now, this hero AK has got to try and see if they can find some entry kills, get a bomb plant, stabilize the economy, even out towards this A site. They haven't been able to bait a crazy amount of these nades. You've still got a couple of smokes for the A defenders, or Farfan and for Rouse. Even that MP9, if he plays at aggro, he could be on for a lot of damage.
Smoke set up towards Candles again. Slacks going to try and abuse a gap in that smoke and get the kill onto News. Spray through on Rate. Not quite getting any frags or tags against him. But at least keeps them suppressed and took minimal damage in return as well.
Even that, you can't be affording miss smokes to have gaps in it and just getting exploited. Slacks even aggressing forward. Doesn't quite catch off that AK in the bomb. He could get caught in the open.
Falling back with 40 seconds remaining. Slacks takes peek again. Gets another kill back on. 9 finishes the job that he started. Farfan will follow suit on the back of the A site. Bomb in the open. Now the CTs know it. They'll converge in with 30 seconds left to remove Rate and Dobie from play. Make sure that that AK can't do anything. And indeed it can't. P250 on the other hand gets close, but no cigar to get the kill. They go Slacks' position. Rolls with the SMG frag. The AK can get recovered to its full guns in for the 14th. 20th round. We'll see one final buy for Renewal. If they can't get this, it's probably GG.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine so. This is last chance saloon for Renewal to get some more rounds up onto their T side. Sprout, even the money game, they've been really farming hard from a few of these players. Rouse and Farfan, close around that 7k marker. And Renewal, even a Galil out for News. Not the best to bias forward from them. They do have a lot of early util. And for Sprout, you can see the way they're putting some early contacts, util down towards that lane position, making sure there's no aggressive starts.
Molotov set initially. Cabal going to move into the main entrance. News ahead of Elbow, expecting someone to give up some sort of aggression from the CT side. That's not happening though. Smokes on, incendiary set. Minute and 15 to go for Renewal to try and act upon the site. Still playing out this default as passive as ever. And Sprout just going to give them nothing.
A lack of information. Now, this walk-up from mid could actually exploit some big openings. If Nine's able to get into Candles, get into those backlines, start wrapping into B. That's a play that Renewal have not been able to crack so far on this T side, only because Slacks has been the main defender around this area.
Flash and tap in from Rate. The aggression in from the CT side will start to clear out all the lines that could be used to get into the A site. The one player in the mid control is going to be the main issue for them. And even he might get a backstab. The AUG of Kai struggles with that spray. Dobie peeks in and out, evades most of the damage, gets the kill in. Spiddy could still be closed in upon alongside his teammate. Slacks will fall. Dobie wraps the corner, gets the headshot in, the bomb goes down. Farm with his own backstab was probably spotted out there. Cabal does get caught by it, but it's still 2 versus 5. He gets a second kill. Got to be aware of News though in the midst of that smoke. Farvan's read it. It's 2 versus 2. You mentioned the 5v2 chokes that we've seen from Renewal so far on their CT side. They might give it up on T to match point as well. Flashbang in, 9. Not seeing where Rolls is. His teammate Adobe might take face. He gets his kill back in. Farthen now got to go for the full-blown ace. Taps that bomb again. He's going to try and force them forward. Knives in the midst of the smoke. He gets his quadra. USP tap forward. Now knows where that last player is coming in from. 5-second stick. 9 with a spray. He comes up with a frag and barely holds the round for Renewal.
Oh, okay. We can breathe for a little bit there. It felt as if Sprout were going to do it again, but Renewal do not let that happen. Even Dobu just coming in there with the knife, pulling the distraction off, the spam coming through, not allowing that stick to come in for the defuse, and for Sprout, they don't quite get up to 15 just yet. Renewal, that would have been a good feeling to know. At least we've closed it. At least we find our first round of the second half.
We go one step further than how we went on Inferno. Still a long way back into survival in this matchup, though. 14-6. And Kai kicks things off in round 21 by finding Dobu's part. Slacks for the AWP, also finds a kill on elbow. Almost landed on News as well. They have the info, they have the bomb, and it's a 5v3 for Sprout.
And they've done such a good job of responding, not only in the first map, but also in the second, that any time they lose a round, it just feels as if they've got exactly the right goods to respond with in the next. News and Co, him and Cabal walking out from A-Main, they've still got to deal with Farfan, who's so deep on the sides.
He's so ready for this as well. Sat waiting for Peaks to come forward. They will try a bit more of an unorthodox boost up from News' part. Farfan not going to give up the angle just yet. Let's continue looking in as News continues peeking forward. Farven ready, shoulder spotting. News just can't punish it though. The nade will come back in. They'll have info now to justify rotations for Rolls' part. He still gets caught off by News. Farven with at least one frag will maintain a 4 versus 2. Catch rate as well. 6 HP has no right to get that frag. And Cabal's completely missed it. Will get the trade, but eventually Speedy comes up with his responsive. And it will be map and match point for Sprout. Elimination point for Renewal. 9 rounds to the comeback to stay alive, and I just don't see it happening, Dwayne.
No, not without that bomb plan in that last round. That was so needed. And even for Farfan, what a nuisance he is. Just playing back from the default angle. He's playing the long game. He gets naded. They know exactly where he is. And he still gets away with a couple of kills. He wastes so much time. Allows those rotations to come through. And even in round 22, this one rifle, Jay. That's it.
Gotta force it. Of course, they get as much out as they can, but you're right. They literally have more AKs on the CT side. Try and force forward to the AK in particular for Speed. Try to take News out of the way. Kai responded towards third. Frag for Speedy. Trying to close it with the ace. He doesn't go so far with it. Cabal with a Tech 9. Can respond to keep things in relative even standing, but Rawls now peeks into it, get hungry of his own, finds that one player, gets that second as well, and it will be 16-6 for Sprout to close out the second map and the series, eliminate Renewal from the ESL Pro League Conference.